Dated back with another video, and today I'm going to show you guys how to moisturize your braids and get that new growth, because we know that new growth is important. So I've been using this method for a while now. This is my first time recording it. So basically, I had these braids in for about 3 weeks now, and I can truly say my hair have grown a lot by using this once a week, sometimes even 3 times a week. It all depends on what I'm doing, if I'm running, if it's raining. It all depends on the weather and how it affects my hair. So basically, braids really do dry out your hair. It really does. Well, for me it does. It dries it out to the max. I feel like it really sucks out the moisture. It's really good for growing your hair, but I feel like if you're not moisturizing, there's literally no point. So let me get right into the video to show you what you would need. So you would need a fork, y'all. Yes, a fork. I do not recommend using a metal fork because metal really does damage your hair. And you're probably saying, what's the difference? Well, I feel like since metal is different, metal have like, you know, sharp edges, and plastic really don't. It have like a round edge. So yeah, this really does work. You would definitely need a spray bottle, warm water. If you use cold water, it's up to you because you know your hair and you know what your hair needs. I just use warm water because I know my hair kind of likes it, and so far it's been really great. Okay, I have 2 types of tree oils. You can use any type of oil you use, but these are the one I use so far, and they're pretty good. I don't know if you can see it. And they smell great. They're the same thing. I just like the smell of it, and I use both of them for different things. And Mazzani. Now, you can use any type of moisturizer. Basically, anything that's thick and that will legit, you have to work in your hair, is pretty good. I just started using this, but I used to use olive oil. Olive oil. What else did I used to use? I use other moisturizers, so any moisturizer would do. Anything that works for your hair is perfect. So let's begin this video. So basically, I'm gonna section my hair in 2 parts. Bazam! I'm just joking. Section in parts is better, so you get to work in what you need to work in, and you get in and out. Okay, so now I'm just gonna rubber band it. Okay, so I rubber band it. Gonna put that back. Now we're gonna come in with the fork. Yes, the fork. Yes, yes, the fork. Yes, the fork. All right, now what the fork does, it helps to get the dandruff off. Now you can use a comb if you want to. I'm not saying a comb is bad, but I use a fork easily in and out, in and out, in and out. I feel like the comb, you gotta, you know, that it's just too much, and I'm just gonna use this. So the comb really does help. The fork really does help with basically scratching off the dandruff, helping the dandruff get off, so you can add oil in. Since I don't really like shampoo or wash my hair, this helps, and it works for me. It may work for you too. So I'm just gonna go in. Now, my hair doesn't have as much dandruff because I did moisturize my hair a couple days ago, about 2 days ago. So I'm just going in again and just taking as much dandruff off as I see fit, or as I see it. If you have a lot of dandruff, then you don't scratch too hard, just, you know, softly. Your hair doesn't like that much tension. Now, if you're extra like me, and you know, like when you get close up and you get in the mirror and you see the dandruff that's inside the braid, now this is where the fork comes in. The fork really does help. It really helps just get it in. Look, see how I just went into 2 braids? Now, if you had a comb, it probably wouldn't have worked that well, because you could just go, look, I just got into 3 braids just now. Next. Now I'm going to do that to the rest of my hair. Okay, so next thing you can do is, or your spray bottle, and you will add a couple drops of this and a couple drops of this. Now, I don't have a good measurement, but if your water if you see the stuff and your water start to look like this has been in here for like a couple days, so your water may not look like this. But if you shake it up and you see the, like, you know, the oil sitting on top and or not is mixed in a little bit, long as the oil is mixed into the water, it's good. This has just been a couple days old, so my water is already, it just looks a little clear, but don't worry about it. So once you do that, for me, I like to make sure my hair is damp. Now, you may not be the type of person that like your hair that damp, or you just don't, you know, your hair doesn't like to be that damp. But for me, I really like it. It really helps. So don't be afraid to use the spray bottle. Don't forget to please get your hair that's in the braid. That's very important. And actually, that's the most important thing. When people moisturize and they be like, Deja, you just had your braids in, but you know, you actually retain length. When I get braids, I don't know why I don't retain length. The reason why you probably don't retain length is not because you're not moisturizing, it's because you're not moisturizing your old hair. You see this? You're not moisturizing that. And that's really important to moisturize also. So, my hair is damp. So now, I'm gonna go in. You go in with your, you know, your moisturizer, your creamy moisturizer, any type of moisturizer that you have, and you put some on your palms and you spread it throughout the hair. Put it on both of your palms. You massage it in your head and you massage it out, off into the older braids. And it helps make your hair shiny too and smell nice. So once you realize that's all moisturized and you don't see it, you basically locked some of that moisture. And darling, yes. You go to the other side and you basically do the same thing. So I'm gonna kind of fast forward it now because you guys can see. Now I'm going in scratching. I'm gonna fast forward this too. We're gonna get the spray bottle and do the same thing you did to this side. Don't forget your older hairs. Can't forget about them. Ooh, what was that? Oh, okay. Can't forget about them. That in a little bit. Your creamy cream.
One for the scalp. And one for the okay.
Once you do that, you just flip your whole hair to the back like this. Make sure it's all the way to the back. And now I'm gonna get any type of oil that you use. I'm just gonna use the same oil I put in the water, and I'm just gonna apply it to my ends. Well, my ends. I mean my edges. As much as you see it's fit, I just do a whole. I'm just gonna moisturize. I'm gonna do the same thing to the back. Oh, I dropped some. Close it up. Where's the top? Alright, whatever. Here you go. The tippy top. Now I'm gonna get some more oil. Doesn't matter, you can use the same oil for me, but I'm extra and I like the smell of it, so I'm just gonna put it on my whole head now. Don't forget, when you're moisturizing, you don't even have to use my method, but make sure you guys, please do not be afraid to moisturize the braid itself. Now I heard people saying, you know, I don't want to moisturize the braids because they're gonna look like this. You can moisturize your braids and then just add some jam, whatever type of jam you use, to slick it down. So when you're slicking down the braids itself, you're not really, you know, drying out your hair that's there. And then, you know, you do your style. Or for me, I do my style and wake up in the next morning and then it's all shiny and stuff. So I'm just gonna do the typical thing. And then in the morning, I gel my hair. Well, my ends, because they're pretty bad. Ugh. And now, your hair is moisturized and you can just go out the door. Now, it would go even faster if I wasn't recording. So it just take me nothing less than like 15 minutes to spray and go out the door. Now I do this probably twice a week, and sometimes, like I said again, I do it more. It all depends on the weather and what I'm doing and how I'm feeling for the day, because college life really got me. But anyway, it all depends on you and how your hair works around it, and it really works. And if you do this at least once a week, then your hair will just start to grow, moisturize, and when you take your hair out, you will definitely see the difference, in the sense of you won't have as a lot of buildup on your braids, and your hair won't feel brittle when you take your braids out. This is it for my video. I hope you guys are having a lovely night, and if you want, I will show you guys how I take out my braids and how I do it correctly, because people don't know how to take their braids out correctly. So good night, guys. Have a nice night. Please like the like button that's at the bottom, and please subscribe if you haven't. If you have, I will see you next week with another video. I'm sorry for posting late, but calls really got me messed up. But other than that, bye, peace.